Welcome, dear dreamer. Tonight, we begin a gentle journey, a journey into a dream world inspired by the whispers of ancient myth and the eternal dance of inspiration. You are safe, you are supported, you are so deeply welcome here, and now you arrive. The air is warm. Your feet rest on soft grass, and ahead of you, rising from the earth like a vision from another age, stands a temple. You are standing at the edge of a forest. The tall olive trees rustle quietly above you, and between their leaves you see the silver gleam of stars. There is no sound but the hush of the breeze and your own breath, slow and calm. Before you, carved into the side of a gentle hill, a marble staircase ascends toward a glowing doorway. The temple is massive, yet inviting. Its towering white columns shimmer with moonlight, each one adorned with ivy and flowers that have grown in harmony with the stone for centuries. This is no ordinary place. This is the temple of the Muses. As you walk slowly toward it, you feel the soft earth beneath your feet. The scent of blooming jasmine and distant myrrh drifts around you. Time feels paused here, as though this moment has always existed, waiting for you. You climb the steps, each one warm to the touch, as if they were bathed in sunlight just hours ago. As you reach the top, the doors of the temple stand slightly open, just enough to beckon you inside. You step through. The air is cool and hushed, and inside the great hall, the silence hums with anticipation. A circular chamber stretches before you, lit only by a great brazier in the center. Its flames dance gently, casting golden light across the marble floor. Along the perimeter of the chamber stand 9 statues, still, watchful, waiting. Each one is uniquely beautiful, each capturing a different essence. Some hold musical instruments, others scrolls, masks, stars, or symbols you don't yet recognize. They radiate energy, though they remain carved in stone. You feel a tug in your heart, a pull towards something deep and ancient. As you step closer, the flames of the brazier rise, not with heat, but with light. And from that light, a figure steps forth. The first of the Muses has awoken. She is tall and regal, draped in flowing robes of deep gold. Her eyes shine like candlelight reflected in glass. In her hands she holds a tablet and a stylus, tools of stories, of memory, of truth spoken across time. She smiles.
"Welcome, dreamer,"
she says, her voice warm and smooth as velvet.
"You have come far to reach this place, but your journey has only just begun."
She is Calliope, the muse of epic poetry, the oldest and wisest of the 9, and tonight she will guide you deeper, but not yet. Now is a time for stillness, for trust, for sleep. She places her hand upon your shoulder, and with that touch, a wave of calm ripples through you. Your body softens, your breath deepens, your eyes grow heavy. She whispers,
"You are safe. You are worthy of wonder. Rest now, and when you dream, we will meet again."
And with that, the temple fades. The world becomes softer, quieter, darker. You are drifting, floating, somewhere between sleep and waking, between stars and story. In your dream, the temple has not vanished completely. It lingers, like the echo of a voice at the edge of memory. You feel the warmth of Calliope's hand upon your shoulder. Her presence is strong and steady, a gentle anchor in the swirling fog of the dream. Her voice returns, like silk sliding through still air.
Come, dreamer, there is much to see.
She turns, and you follow her. Her golden robes trail behind her like sunlight spilled across marble. The brazier behind you dims, and in its place, a soft golden glow lights your path. The temple melts away around you, not crumbling, not vanishing, but transforming. You are walking now through a corridor of light. Walls of swirling mist and warm winds carry the scent of ink and parchment, like an ancient library long lost to time. Ahead of you, a grand archway forms. Its pillars are carved with scenes from stories you know, and stories you don't. Battles beneath twin moons, lovers crossing oceans of stars, a solitary figure climbing a mountain that pierces the sky. Calliope lifts her hand. The archway opens. You step through and enter a realm unlike anything you've seen. It is a vast landscape, a golden plain stretching to the horizon. The grass beneath your feet is soft and radiant, glowing faintly with each step you take. Overhead, the sky is a warm lavender hue, and it pulses gently like a heart. Distant mountains shimmer with light and shadow, ever shifting in shape, as if sculpted by memory itself. This is Calliope's domain, the realm of the epic. Here, stories are not told, they are lived. She turns to you again.
This is the birthplace of legends,
She says softly.
a place beyond time, where every soul is the hero of their own tale.
As she speaks, the air around you begins to shimmer, and you see them, ghostly figures moving across the plain. A warrior walking beside a lion with wings, a woman with stars in her hair standing atop a high tower, reciting the names of every tree that ever lived, a child drawing entire worlds in the sand with their fingertips. These are dreams made real, memories not yet born. Calliope gestures toward a nearby hill. You follow her up its gentle slope. At the top, you find a stone bench beneath an olive tree. Its branches whisper as they sway, and the tree's bark glows with golden script, names, poems, fragments of lives once lived. You sit. Calliope stands beside you, silent for a moment. Then she begins to speak, not in prose, but in poetry. Her voice is soft, but it rings clear like the echo of a bell in a cathedral of stars.
In every heart, a spark is kept, a tale untold, a truth unmet. Beneath your sleep, your soul does weave the myths that waking minds believe. You too are story, flesh and flame, your breath a verse, your soul a name. Come listen now, and you shall hear the song you write year after year.
She reaches into the folds of her robe and withdraws a small golden book. Its cover is blank, yet as she opens it, the pages flutter with light. No ink, no letters, just memories, dreams, moments. You see them, your own memories, painted in soft gold upon the pages. Moments you'd forgotten, moments you cherish, moments you regret. You watch as Calliope flips gently to a page near the middle. She pauses.
Here,
She says,
this is where you are now, this dream, this choice, this breath.
She hands you the book. As your fingers close around it, you feel something awaken within you. Not anxiety, not confusion, but purpose. A quiet, gentle sense that you are part of something much greater. You are a thread in a tapestry. You are ink upon the page. You are the author and the reader. Calliope smiles softly, watching you.
You do not need to know the ending.
She says.
You only need to keep writing.
She places a hand over your heart.
Let your story be bold. Let it be brave. And if it trembles, let it tremble beautifully.
The golden book grows warm in your hands. You open it and find a blank page. Your page, waiting. But for now, there is nothing more to do. Calliope steps back, her form beginning to glow again.
Rest now, dreamer.
She whispers.
We'll meet again when your story calls to us.
The golden plain grows soft. The tree fades, the mist returns. You are floating again, weightless, peaceful. Let yourself drift now. The golden book rests beside you, its pages gently turning with your breath. The dream continues. Though you feel as though you have drifted far from the temple, a golden thread still connects you, soft as silk and glowing faintly in the dark. You are not lost. You are merely wandering deeper. Calliope's golden realm has faded, but the book she placed in your hands remains. You cradle it now, even in sleep. Its weight is comforting, familiar, a reminder that your story is still unfolding. As you drift further into slumber, the dream shifts again. You begin to feel something solid beneath your feet. The air is cooler here, crisp, like the edge of a page being turned. You open your eyes within the dream and find yourself standing in the heart of a vast marble atrium. The ceiling soars high above, lost in shadow. Towering columns surround you, and between them, walls upon walls of scrolls and books stretch farther than you can see. Welcome to the Hall of Memory. This is Clio's domain, the sacred archive of time. The scent of aged parchment fills the air, and something else, something ancient and clean, like cool stone and pressed flowers. You begin to walk, your footsteps echoing gently through the chamber. The light here is soft and steady, as though it comes not from a single source, but from the knowledge itself. Everything glows faintly, like the sky before sunrise. Then she appears. From between two columns, a tall woman steps forward. Her bronze-colored robes rustle like turning pages. Her hair is the shade of midnight ink, pinned with a single golden quill. Upon her head rests a laurel crown, not vibrant, but wise, weathered by time. She looks at you with eyes like amber lanterns, calm, certain.
You've come seeking truth.
She says, her voice steady as stone.
Or perhaps remembrance.
She is Cleo, Muse of history, the keeper of human memory, of timelines, of the lessons etched into the bones of time. She beckons you forward, and you follow her down a long corridor lined with scrolls. Some are wrapped in velvet ribbons, others lie open, their ink still drying. You feel the weight of centuries surrounding you.
Every life leaves a trace.
Cleo says quietly.
Every moment recorded, even those you think forgotten.
She pauses beside a low marble table. Upon it lies a scroll, unfurled halfway. With a wave of her hand, the ink upon it glows faintly and begins to move, forming images. You see a small village, familiar somehow, children running barefoot over dusty ground, a mother humming an old song as she stirs a pot over a fire, a storm rolling in, the village rising to protect its own.
These are not myths.
Cleo says.
These are truths, lived, breathed, and remembered.
You look closer and realize the village is one you've dreamed of before, or maybe even lived in another time. She lifts a golden hourglass from the table and holds it before you. Inside, the grains of sand tumble slowly, but within each grain, you see something extraordinary. Moments, a handshake between kings, a letter never sent, a revolution born from silence, a whisper that changed everything.
History,
Cleo murmurs.
is not just what happened. It is how we remember what happened, and what we choose to learn from it.
She places the hourglass in your hands.
Feel it.
As your fingers wrap around the glass, a soft heat pulses through you. And for a moment you do feel it. The rise and fall of empires. The quiet courage of those whose names were never written. The steady rhythm of time, beating like a heart beneath the world. You are not overwhelmed. You are grounded. The weight of history is not crushing. It is humbling. It connects you to all who have come before. Cleo steps beside you.
You are not a blank page.
She says.
You are written in the ink of your ancestors, shaped by the stories you carry, some remembered, some buried.
She leads you down another corridor now. This one narrower, cozier. The scrolls here are softer, their parchment worn with use. Many are unfinished, paused mid-thought. Cleo brushes one gently and speaks without looking.
Even the incomplete stories matter. Even the ones with no grand ending.
You pause in front of a small shelf, low enough for a child to reach. Upon it rests a single bound journal, no label, no title. Cleo nods toward it. You lift it gently. It opens to a page halfway through, and you realize it's your handwriting, a journal you once started, or meant to start, or dreamed of writing. You had forgotten it, but it had not forgotten you. You run your fingers across the page. There, in soft golden ink, are a few scattered words. I was here, I saw, I felt, and I remember. Cleo smiles.
That is enough.
She takes your hand and guides you once more to the central atrium, where the walls seem taller now, the library even deeper, Before you part, she returns the golden hourglass to your hands.
Take it with you, dreamer. Let it remind you that your past is not a prison, but a map. Look back, but do not stay. Learn and continue.
She lifts a hand in farewell, and the chamber begins to dim. The scrolls, the shelves, the corridors fade like candle smoke in the morning. You are floating once more. The hourglass now rests beside the golden book from Calliope. You feel their presence still, two sisters of memory and meaning. You drift. You are floating again, somewhere deep in sleep. You have wandered far beyond the temple now, yet you are never truly lost. The golden book from Calliope rests close to your chest. The hourglass from Clio remains warm in your palm. You are surrounded by their gifts, story and memory, and tonight another gift is waiting. The dream shifts. The silence is no longer empty. Now there is a sound, soft where distant, a note, singular and clear, like the very first sound to ever exist. It hums gently in the air like a thread being plucked. You feel it before you hear it, a gentle vibration through the soles of your feet. It travels up your spine, into your chest, into your breath. Then comes the breeze. It moves through the dream like a sigh, and with it, the world opens. You are standing at the edge of a wide, moonlit lake. The water is still, glassy, silvered. Reeds sway in rhythm. Lilies float like lanterns, and the moon above reflects perfectly. So perfectly, it's as though a second sky lies beneath your feet. A long wooden bridge stretches over the water, lit by glowing orbs that pulse gently in time with the distant sound. Across the lake, seated upon a stone carved with musical sigils, is a figure. She is radiant, not with brightness, but with harmony. Her robe is the deepest blue, like the midnight sea. Her hair flows like ink in water, and in her hands rests a silver flute, already lifted to her lips. She plays one note, and in that moment, the world stops turning. You do not move. You do not need to. The music moves through you. She is Euterpe, muse of music. Her eyes, two calm oceans, glance up as she plays, and without words, she welcomes you. You walk slowly onto the bridge. With every step, another note is added to the melody. Flute, harp, a soft humming choir in the distance. The music rises like a tide, never rushing, never loud, just constant and true. You reach her. She stands. Her flute lowers. She studies you with kindness and then gestures to sit beside her. You do. No words pass between you. None are needed. Instead, she plays again. This time the music paints pictures behind your closed eyes. You see a childhood memory, something simple. You running through grass with laughter in your chest. You smell warm air and remember joy. Then another, a moment when you felt sorrow, your shoulders heavy, the world quiet. But even there, music had touched you. Maybe a song, maybe just the rhythm of your own breath that helped you move forward. Euterpe continues to play. Each note is a thread, and together they weave a tapestry of your emotional truth. Not to overwhelm you, but to hold you. Her melody wraps around your spirit like a lullaby composed just for you. It doesn't try to fix anything. It simply is, a companion in your stillness. You look out at the lake. The surface ripples softly, and the reflection of the moon pulses in time with the song. And then, Euterpe begins to hum. No words, just sound. You realize the sound is not coming from her. It is coming from within you as well. You are humming too. Your voice joins hers, seamlessly, naturally, without effort. It is your body remembering how to feel peace. The stars above seem to draw closer. Their light flickers in harmony. You are no longer sitting on a stone beside a lake. You are floating inside the music itself, held, heard, home. Euterpe smiles.
There is music inside everything.
Her voice finally speaks, low and melodic.
In sorrow, in laughter, in silence. You only need to listen.
She lifts the flute once more. One final note. It echoes out like a ripple across the dream, across your heart. Then slowly she begins to fade, not disappear, just soften, becoming part of the wind, part of you. The lake dims, the stars hush. You are floating once again. In one hand, the golden book. In the other, the hourglass. But now, you hear the flute, distant, still playing somewhere in your memory. A new thread of music has been woven into your dream, and you rest inside it. You are drifting again. The notes of Euterpe's melody still echo faintly in your memory, like wind chimes in the distance, ringing gently from somewhere far away, but always within reach. The silver lake has faded into mist. You are floating now through a soft golden cloud, and through that haze comes a sound. Not a melody this time, not a whisper, but laughter, a light-hearted giggle that bubbles up like water from a spring. It startles you, but not in a jarring way. It warms you. It makes the corners of your mouth twitch upward, even in sleep. The cloud begins to clear, and you find yourself standing in the middle of a grand courtyard bathed in golden sunlight. Colorful banners flap gently in the breeze, strung between columns wrapped in ivy and cheerful flowers. The sky is a brilliant lavender blue, and everything glows as if kissed by joy. A grand archway ahead reads, Talia's Theatre of Joy. You walk forward, and as you step inside, a wave of playful energy rushes past you. There is the scent of citrus and warm pastry, the sound of bubbling fountains, and above all, the feeling of lightness. You are smiling already. Then, a spotlight appears, bright and sunny, illuminating a figure standing center stage. She is graceful and mischievous all at once. Her robes are a deep crimson, embroidered with golden swirls that shimmer as she moves. A crown of ivy sits jauntily on her head, and in one hand she twirls a comedy mask, its mouth wide in a carved, laughing grin. She bows low, holding the mask in front of her face, and when she lifts it away, her eyes are sparkling with delight.
"Welcome, darling traveler,"
she exclaims in a voice like wind through bells.
"Oh, what a joy it is to have an audience again."
She is Talia, muse of comedy. Her laughter is contagious, her energy effervescent. She does not wait for you to respond. With a dramatic wave of her hand, the stage behind her transforms. Curtains fly open, props and sets fly into place, and suddenly you are no longer standing in a theater. You are in the show. Talia loops her arm through yours and grins.
"Let's rehearse a little joy tonight, shall we?"
The world shifts. Now you are in a meadow. Talia dons a floppy hat and pretends to be a confused shepherdess trying to herd invisible sheep. She fumbles, trips, gasps. Then one of the invisible sheep bars right in her ear, and she falls over dramatically. You laugh. Then again the scene changes. Now she is a swooning poet, reciting overly dramatic lines while being chased by a very determined butterfly. Then a knight who keeps losing their sword. Then a wizard whose wand accidentally turns everything into cheese. Every scene she spins is ridiculous, charming, and utterly delightful. But more than the humor is the feeling, the way your body relaxes into laughter, the way your heart lifts just a little higher with every grin. Talia turns to you, her eyes wide.
"Laughter,"
she says, twirling her mask,
"is more than amusement. It's alchemy. It transforms. It heals. It reminds you that even when life feels heavy, there is always something absurd to smile about."
She offers you the mask. You take it. It feels warm in your hand. Suddenly you're in the spotlight. But there is no pressure, only play. You lift the mask to your face and step forward. And somehow you begin to act, not with words, with movement, with joy. You dance, you trip, you exaggerate. You perform alongside Talia, and the two of you weave a final scene so silly and strange that even the flowers in the audience seem to be laughing. Then, still breathless with giggles, you collapse beside her on the stage. She clutches her heart.
"You were marvelous."
She gasps, still laughing.
"A natural, truly. The world could use a little more of you in it."
She hands you a ribbon, golden and soft.
"Tie this around your heart, dreamer. Not literally. Just remember, joy isn't something you find. It's something you practice, even when it feels out of reach."
Her smile softens, becoming gentle.
Let your laughter lead you through the darkness, even if it's quiet. even if it's just a smile in your sleep.
She rises, bows one last time, and as the curtains close behind her, the world begins to dim. The theatre fades. The golden ribbon is still there, tied gently around your chest. No tighter than a breath, a reminder. Now, all is still again. The stage is gone. You are drifting. Your heart is lighter, and somewhere far away, a laugh rings out across the stars. You are safe. You are resting. You are dreaming. You are floating again. The laughter of Talia lingers faintly in your memory, like the sweetness of a dream that fades just as you wake. But now, the air grows cooler, softer, still. You are not afraid. This is not a darkness that harms. This is a darkness that heals. The golden ribbon of joy is still wrapped gently around your chest. It pulses with warmth. It reminds you that even here, in this quiet place, you are held. The dream deepens, and the mists around you part once more. You stand now beneath a twilight sky. The stars are faint, veiled by a thin layer of clouds. There is a stillness in the air, not heavy, not sad, just silent. You look around. You are in a wide grove of ancient trees. Their bark is dark and smooth, their branches arched like cathedral ceilings. Every leaf carries a single droplet of water that does not fall. Time has paused here. Everything holds its breath. In the center of the grove, a statue stands upon a low stone platform. She is beautiful in her stillness. Draped in robes of deep indigo, she wears a fragile crown of withered ivy and brittle laurel. In one hand, she holds a mask, not of joy. This mask is carved with an expression of grief, its brows arched, its mouth slightly open. Her eyes are closed. This is Melpomene, the muse of tragedy. You step closer, and as you do, a gentle wind stirs the grove. The droplets fall. The trees sigh, and Melpomene opens her eyes. They are the color of storm clouds. But instead of striking you with fear, they draw you in like a lullaby you heard once as a child. Her gaze sees through you, not just your smile, not just your surface, but all of you.
You have carried sorrow,
She says quietly.
even if you do not remember when, even if you never said it aloud.
Her voice is low, like thunder that never strikes. She steps down from her pedestal, and everything in the grove leans toward her, as if drawn to her gravity.
We are taught to fear grief,
She continues.
to bury it, to smile over it, to hide the ache. But I say, let it be seen.
She lifts the tragic mask and holds it toward you. You do not recoil. You look, and in the eyes of the mask, you see moments, your own, a memory of goodbye, the sting of disappointment, the silence after loss, but also a moment where you held someone, where you endured, where you rose again. Melpomene kneels beside you.
Sorrow is not the enemy.
she says softly.
It is a teacher, a mirror, a fire that burns only what must fall away.
She reaches toward your chest, where Talia's ribbon still rests, but she does not remove it. She simply lays her fingers beside it, and a new thread begins to weave beside the golden one. This one is silver, cool, silent, strong.
Laughter and grief
She whispers.
are sisters. One cannot exist without the other. One lifts, the other deepens.
You close your eyes, and you allow the sorrow that lives inside you, big or small, recent or long buried, to rise. But it does not drown you. Melpomene's presence is there, like stone beneath your feet. She does not speak again. She simply sits with you in silence, and there is something sacred in that stillness, a quiet unraveling, a breath you didn't know you were holding, a soft tear that escapes without shame. Eventually, she rises, and so do you. She places the tragic mask in your hands. It is no longer frightening. It is just honest and deeply human.
When the day comes that you feel sorrow again,
She says,
do not run from it. Let it pass through. Let it sing its low song. And then, let it go.
She returns to her pedestal. Her eyes meet yours one final time. And then she stills. The silver thread remains, wrapped gently beside the golden ribbon. You are not heavier. You are clearer. The grove dims, the trees fade, and you float once more, wrapped in memory, wrapped in music, wrapped in grace, sleeping safely. You are drifting, wrapped now in the quiet strength of Melpomene's gift. The silver thread of sorrow still lingers across your chest, woven next to the golden ribbon of joy. It gleams like moonlight. Together, they hold you in balance. Now, the dream shifts again. This time you feel something stirring, not your thoughts, not your emotions, your body. Your toes begin to tingle. A gentle energy pulses through your legs like the very first stretch after a long rest. It travels to your hips, your chest, your fingertips. Not movement, but the desire to move. You breathe deeply, and the dream responds. The mist clears, and you find yourself standing lightly on soft moss. A circular clearing surrounds you. Above, the sky is indigo, freckled with stars. A full moon glows like a silver coin dropped into a velvet sea. You are not alone. In the center of the clearing, she dances. Her movements are poetry without words. She turns with the breeze, feet never quite touching the earth. Her robe is green and gold, shimmering like leaves in motion. Her long arms sweep in arcs, each motion like music your body remembers even in stillness. She is Terpsichore, the muse of dance, and she is smiling. Her eyes find yours. They are green, gleaming, alive.
You've come far.
She says with a voice like flowing water.
Now let your body remember what it already knows.
She offers you her hand. You take it. It's warm, electric. She draws you into the center of the clearing. You are not nervous. The moment you step into her rhythm, your body responds. You do not need to know the dance. You are the dance. Your feet begin to move, not with choreography or effort, but with feeling. Small circles, soft sways. Your arms lift like waves, like wind, like freedom. Terpsichore spins beside you, and the air glows faintly in her wake. The rhythm is subtle, like the beating of your heart, like breath, like memory. And even if your waking body is perfectly still in bed, in the dream you are in motion, graceful, limitless, alive. She spins faster. You follow. Around the circle you go, tracing a spiral that glows beneath your feet with every step. Then she slows. So do you. The air stills. Your breath rises and falls. Smooth, natural. Terpsichore places her hand gently over your heart.
There is rhythm in all things.
She says.
In music, in sorrow, in joy, in silence, and most of all, in you.
She steps back, but the dance remains inside you. The energy still glows in your arms, your legs, your chest. You feel it, even as you stand still now. Terpsichore reaches into the folds of her robe and pulls out a small pendant, a tiny spiral carved of polished wood. She fastens it around your neck.
This,
She says,
is your rhythm. Let it guide you when you speak, when you rest, when you create, when you grieve. It will never leave you.
She begins to turn again. One slow spin, then another. And with each step, her body begins to dissolve into starlight, graceful even in her disappearance. You are alone now in the clearing, but not empty. The dream begins to soften around the edges. The moss below you turns to mist. The spiral still glows faintly at your chest, and your breath flows in and out in perfect rhythm. You are resting, you are floating, you are dancing, even now, in stillness. You are floating, carried on a rhythm that lives beneath your skin. The spiral pendant, gifted by Terpsichore, still rests gently at your chest, pulsing in time with your breath. The golden ribbon of joy, the silver thread of sorrow, now wrapped together in perfect balance, they cradle you as you drift into something softer. The air changes. You notice the scent first. Roses, myrtle, a hint of honey on warm air. It fills your senses like a forgotten dream of spring. The mist parts, and you awaken, if only in your dream, upon a bed of petals. You are in a garden that seems to exist outside of time. The sky above is twilight pink, streaked with amber and lavender. Around you, Vines bloom with roses of every color, golden, crimson, violet, even pale blue. The air glows with the soft shimmer of fireflies, drifting like stars fallen gently to earth. You rise slowly. The petals shift beneath you with the weight of your movement, delicate, fragrant, yielding. You follow the sound of gentle wings. 2 turtle doves circle above you, cooing softly, their flight in perfect harmony. They lead you toward a secluded alcove in the garden, where a soft light radiates from within. There, you see her, Erato. She sits on a low stone bench wrapped in silks that shimmer in every hue of rose. Her golden hair falls in waves down her back, crowned with myrtle and pale blossoms. She is barefoot, her skin glowing softly in the warm twilight. She does not speak at first. Instead, she smiles. It is a smile that knows every kind of love. First love, lost love, patient love, endless love. And with a voice so soft it barely stirs the air, she begins to recite.
With my head in the clouds, I fool with the rain, felt in trembling hearts, and whispered names.
Her words settle like a blanket of warmth across your body. You sit beside her. She continues, each line a tender offering.
Like golden dawn upon the wine-dark sea, I offer thee my heart in willing pain. For thou, O love, art healing balm to me, a bloom that blossoms sweetly in the rain.
The doves land gently on her outstretched hands. They coo once more, then turn slowly to stone. And yet, even still, they feel alive. Erato turns to you, her eyes deep as evening.
Love is not always ease,
She whispers.
but it is always real. It asks us to open, again and again, even when we've closed, even when we've lost, even when we doubt.
She places her hand over yours, and suddenly your chest warms. You feel the weight of every love you've ever known. Not just romance, but all love. The love of a parent's quiet sacrifice, the love of a friend's laughter, the love in letting go, the love in choosing to stay. Erato lifts a pale pink ribbon and ties it gently over the spiral pendant on your chest. The ribbon glows faintly, woven now with gold, silver, and rose.
When you love,
She says,
you write poetry with your actions, your silences, your choices. Remember this ribbon the next time your heart trembles.
She leans forward, and for a moment she touches her forehead to yours. It is not romantic, it is devotional, a moment of perfect soul-to-soul understanding. Then she pulls away. She smiles again and stands. The petals at her feet shimmer and rise. The doves lift again into the air, turning slowly back into living light. Erato's form begins to dissolve into the twilight breeze, and she leaves you with only one final word.
Feel.
You lie back on the bed of petals now. Your heart is warm, your body weightless, your spirit open. The rose-colored ribbon rests against your chest, glowing softly beside the others, and the garden begins to fade. The scent of roses lingers. Your breath slows, and the night wraps around you. You are drifting, your heart, wrapped now in ribbons of joy, sorrow, rhythm, and love, glows gently against your chest. The dream is quieter than before, not empty, just sacred. You are being led somewhere deeper, somewhere still. You begin to feel the ground beneath your body again, not grass, not stone, but cool marble. The space around you is vast, dimensions peaceful. Your breath slows. Inhale, hold. Exhale. Again. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. The air is cool and dry, like the inside of a mountain temple. A soft light flickers nearby, and then you see her. She does not speak. She does not need to. She is Polyhymnia, muse of the sacred. She wears no jewelry, no crown, no silk. Her robe is plain white linen. Her feet are bare. Her hands are folded gently in front of her heart. She looks at you, and then she bows, not deeply, not formally, but with reverence, as if you are sacred. She gestures for you to sit beside her on the temple floor. You do. You mirror her posture. Back straight, shoulders soft, hands at rest. You close your eyes. She closes hers. The silence deepens. There is no story here, no performance, just being. You begin to breathe with her. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Exhale through the mouth. Slowly. Again. You feel the marble beneath you. Cool, steady, eternal. You feel the warmth of your chest, the rise and fall of your breath, the gentle rhythm of your life. Time fades. Thoughts drift in and out, like petals on a still lake. Polyhymnia does not guide you. She joins you. Side by side, you exist, fully, in the sacred space of nothing and everything. Perhaps minutes pass, or hours, perhaps none at all. Eventually, without sound, she opens her eyes. You do too. She looks at you as if she has seen every sacred temple within you. Then, she lifts a small object from her lap, a single white feather. She places it in your hand. It is warm, though it should not be. It pulses with your breath.
Silence.
Her voice whispers at last, barely more than a breeze.
Is where the divine still waits.
She presses 2 fingers gently to your forehead, and in that instant, the temple fades, the marble vanishes. You are lying once again in a soft space of starlight and mist. The white feather rests in your hand. No words accompany it, no explanation, only stillness, only breath and rest. You are floating once more, suspended in a dream woven from golden light, starlit threads, soft petals, and sacred silence. You have journeyed far, farther than most. You have stepped into myth and memory, into dance and devotion, into sorrow and laughter. You have met them, one by one, those ancient daughters of inspiration. And now they gather again. Around you the dream stirs. You feel the air shift, the way it does before dawn breaks. A gentle wind circles you. And then soft footsteps echo across marble. The temple has returned. You are once again in the great round chamber beneath the stars. But this time, the statues are no longer stone. The Muses stand in a wide circle around you, alive and luminous, each one radiant with her own light. Calliope, with her golden voice and tablet of epics. Clio, holding her hourglass and scrolls of remembrance. Euterpe, cradling her silver flute, eyes full of melody. Thalia, her smile dancing even in stillness. Melpomene, solemn and strong, holding the mask of truth. Terpsichore, barefoot and fluid, swaying to the pulse of the earth. Erato, crowned with roses, her heart radiant with softness. Polyhymnia, calm and centered, her silence a song of its own. And finally, Urania, wrapped in a cloak of stars, holding the heavens in her hands. She steps forward now. Urania, her eyes are galaxies, vast, knowing, kind.
You have wandered far, dreamer,
She says softly.
and you have been given many gifts.
She gestures to your heart. The golden ribbon of joy, the silver thread of sorrow, the spiral of rhythm, the rose-colored tie of love, the feather of silence. And now, she places one final gift against your chest, a tiny crystal star.
This
She whispers,
is curiosity, wonder, a reminder that you belong to something far greater than fear or doubt.
She steps back. The Muses raise their hands. You feel warmth, not from outside you, but from within. Each of their gifts glows faintly, then brighter still, until they merge. One light, whole and radiant. That light flows through you. Not overwhelming, not blinding, just right. You are no longer merely a visitor. You are part of this story now, a thread in the tapestry, a dreamer among the divine. The temple begins to fade, but the gifts remain. You are back in your bed now, still, safe, breathing gently beneath soft covers, your body at peace. But you carry something new. The stories, the melodies, the laughter, the tears, the dance, the silence, the love, the sky, all of it is yours now. And as you sink into deeper sleep, one final voice drifts through the air like wind between stars.
When you wake, Create, wonder, love, remember, and above all, dream again. Good night, traveler.